Killer Instinct throw tier list. Let's get into it. Alright, so we got Jago up first. His throw by itself, pretty standard, nothing crazy, very average. Against some characters, he can do stuff like this if they don't have meter and set up a fireball, whatever. He can cancel his throw into fireball, which I think is probably his biggest strength, honestly. The ability to have health regeneration off of throw is insane. So you could do stuff like this, and then, you know, get all the life back just from that. So that, I think, makes the throw itself better. So if he didn't have the ability to cancel his throw, he'd probably end up maybe even C tier. His throw range is good, so I'd probably say like B tier. But the ability to cancel into the Shadow Fireball and Instinct, that right there, that's probably going to put him in A tier for me. It gives you another way to open your opponent up besides the overhead and the low option. That way you can get your life regeneration started. All right, here we have Wolf. Wolf's throw, pretty average. Again, kind of like Jago's in a way. The throw range is better for sure, and the throw is just a big part of his game plan because this character is just so linear. This is like what he does. The throw is like almost like your main tool in a lot of scenarios where you're just setting it up off of stuff like overpower and crouching light kick. So that's pretty much it. It's just another way to hard knock down with Wolf. So Wolf's throw, very good. I mean, good for what he does, right? I'm gonna put it in the B tier. It's, you know, just a throw. All right, next up we have Glacius. Now Glacius's throw is good mid-screen because it sets up his zoning. It sends the opponent very far away. Even the back throw sets up the distance very well, so you can space somebody out. You know, you have the shatter. You know, you have the ability to set up hail off of this if your opponent doesn't have any meter. And of course, you can control the screen with your limbs. So that makes it very strong given what his toolkit has. But where it really shines is in the corner. Glacius's throw in the corner is absurd. You can link any strength manual off of your throw in the corner and get a combo. I'm missing it every single time, but yeah, there's a heavy manual. There's a heavy manual. You could even go into shadow off of this. So you can get a lot of damage off of throw very easily. You can hard knockdown off of your throw in the corner with a sweep, and that will help you set up the hail mix in the corner. And I'm missing it like crazy, but you can actually get your hail mix-up started. There it is, and do stuff like that. You know, I didn't fully do like a crazy setup, but you get the idea. He gets some of the craziest corner pressure when he has a hail up, and the throw is just terrifying. You mix in stuff like Liquid Eyes and Low and instant overhead with the hail. It's just an absolute nightmare to deal with. Glacius's throw, insane utility. I'm going to put it personally in triple S because I think it's just one of the best throws in the game. Crazy range, good damage, unscaled, you know, because you know, the wall sometimes will scale throws. His is unscaled. What more could you ask for? Chief Thunder. So we have Thunder here. His throw, forward throw, pretty standard stuff. Pretty good corner carry on this, I'd say. 2 throws and he's already in the corner. That's very good. But where he really shines is his back throw. This is a combo starter, and you can get manuals off this so that you can mix up your opponent and get them to lock out. Yeah, so you can get like a heavy manual off of it. Pretty cool. You could even get a regular throw, which I just found out like last week. So Thunder's back throw, pretty solid. He could also do this mid combo, so you can get a combo starter and off of an auto double or a manual. You can do stuff like that, and it's also good because, you know, he's just a walking blender with his command grab, so he can just set up resets off of it if he wants. Pretty cool stuff. So Thunder's throw, good in damage, unscaled damage after a wall splat, but where he really shines is the back throw. The ability to reposition his opponent mid-combo is very valuable, so I'm going to put Thunder's throw probably in A tier with Jago. I'm going to put it like right here in A tier. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Shadow Jago. Now, at first glance, his throw, okay, pops them up and it starts to juggle. People have mixed opinions on this because, you know, well, you can break the juggle, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You can just break this. It's not very good because you can break it. Whatever. The ability to start a combo off of a throw is huge, especially when this character's combo potential is insane. He gets cross-ups, like, on everything, you know, and he has 2 different buttons that he can cross up with in the air. Very ambiguous stuff between pizza cutter and jump medium kick. You know, that's very valuable. He gets that off of this throw too, because he can hard knock down with it, but a lot of people will just quick rise, and you can get pretty nasty safe jumps against a lot of the cast just by getting people to quick rise that. And then, yeah, do stuff like that. Pretty good. So he's got some options. Also, the unbreakable damage off of the throw into Shadow Fireball, 15%. So that builds up a lot of potential damage too. So he's got some options off of throw. The throw damage by itself, not great, just 6%. So very lacking in that department. You have to, if you want to get damage off the throw, you got to do something. You got to go into Shadow. You know, you got to hit a combo, sweep, whatever it might be. So there's some utility here. Shadow Jago's throw is very interesting. With that said, I think I'm going to put Shadow Jago's throw in the A tier as well. I think it's a little bit better than Jago's and Thunder's because of how much you actually can get off of it. So I'm actually going to put his in the A tier. All right, Sadira. Sadira's throw also starts a juggle just like Jago's, or excuse me, just like Shadow Jago's. And she can get some pretty cool looking stuff here. Very Animu, you know, whatever. So she gets damage off of her throw from actually juggling people. The throw itself, 5%, very measly damage. But the utility off the throw is more important than anything else. Because you can get some pretty nasty situations. I'm sure there's a way to get some sort of like a frame kill with like a web fling. This is like a question for Samuel D, maybe. Her throw is a big part of her game because she wants to set you up with like plus frames with stuff like this or like this and go into a juggle, right? That's like her thing. So the throw is a very integral part of her gameplay. The throw range itself is decent, probably about Jago's, honestly. About the same as Jago's, if not maybe a little worse. Have to turn on the hitboxes and stuff like that. But the actual throw utility is pretty good, I'd say. Starting a juggle can lead to more damage than what a regular throw would get you, right? Now, the breaker game is a big part of it, but then, of course, there's the counter break game, too. But if you want to do, like, max damage stuff, you know, you can get up there. And you build up a lot of potential damage this way, too, right? So there's that. I do think the throw itself can be weak if somebody doesn't know their roots, but, you know, you just got to spend some time with it. Like, that was almost 40% off of, like, 2 throws, and I spent 1 bar. So, pretty good stuff, I guess. All right, so Sadira's throw. I want to put it in A, but I'd have to see some really nasty stuff off of it, like some sort of, like, crazy wall cling into, like, a safe jump setup. I'm sure there's some frame kill involved there, but, yeah, until it can be proven, I'm probably just going to put her in B tier, because I don't know. The ability to combo off of it is good. Very similar to Shadow Jago, but I'd have to see what she can actually get off of it otherwise. Just the ability to juggle isn't enough for me to warrant putting it higher than B tier, personally. All right, up next we have Orchid. Orchid's throw, very good corner carry right off the rip. 1 throw from mid-screen, and you are less than 3 blocks away from the corner. So great corner carry on the forward throw. The back throw, not so much. The back throw is kind of whatever. And then you can get a grenade. So that's kind of the utility here, is that off of your throw, it sets up the grenade very well. The forward throw, great for pushing your opponent forward. And then if you just toss a grenade real quick, your opponent will not be able to shadow through. You get the grenade for free here. And then you can block. So guarantees the grenade, which is the most important part of Orchid's game plan. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a huge benefit. You get it off of the forward throw and the back throw, and then you have the grenade in front of you. So that seems pretty good to me. All right, so taking into consideration the fact that she has, you know, good damage off of her throw, unscaled damage after the wall splat, and it helps her set up the grenade, I'm actually going to put Orchid's throw here in the A tier. Probably right here, somewhere in the middle. Setting up the grenade is what she needs to do. That's her win condition, as far as I'm concerned. So I think that's probably where she lands on the throw tier list. All right, here we have Spinal. So Spinal, his throw builds him his resource. He builds 1 skull for each throw. The forward throw and the back throw will both build him a skull that he can use however he wants. This is really good. You can use this as a run cancel into throw. You know, you spend a skull, you get a skull. So, pretty strong stuff. The forward throw seems like it has pretty good corner carry. I'm not sure why Fulgore just jumped. That was weird. Okay. Anyway, pretty good corner carry on that thing. He was about he's about 4 squares away from the 4 or 5 squares away from the corner. Pretty good corner carry. Not as good as Orchid, but still pretty good corner carry. But where he really shines is the back throw. The back throw, he can cancel into... that was a forward throw? That's weird. He can cancel into a skull. He can, like, special cancel his throw. He can go into a overhead skull or a low skull. Pretty good stuff. I think that's probably the biggest benefit is the mix-ups he gets off of his throw. Yeah, that's crazy. That's pretty good. So he's kind of got like a Fulgore blender thing going on with that. Very good. Throw range is a little more to be desired, but I mean, when you can just run, not too bad, right? Yeah, so Spinal's throw, I'm going to put here, he's going to be the first one in S tier for me. The run cancel into throw is very good. Whoa, I did not mean to switch that around. What is happening? I don't know how to use this thing. There we go. Spinal's in S tier. S tier for Spinal, builds the resource, sets up Oki, sets up crazy Oki, unscaled damage after a Wasp Splat. It's a very good throw in this game. You can call me a little bit biased on this one, but I think this is the best throw in the game. Corner carry is phenomenal on the forward throw. The back throw, it's kind of whatever, but the most important thing about this throw, besides the fact that it does good damage, unscaled damage at the wall, the thing about this throw is it sets up the best blender in the game. The throw will set up the same blender that you get off of a level 1 fireball. This is like the best ender in the game in my opinion, right? I've made a whole career out of that ender. I've also made a whole career out of this throw. So as far as I'm concerned, that this has got to be the best throw in the game because it leads to the deadliest mix-up in the game, which is Fulgore's teleport Oki. So, I mean, you know, you can do whatever you want. You know, did you know I was going to be in the front? No, you didn't. Best throw in the game. Yeah, so, you know, call me biased, whatever. Fulgore, I think, has the top spot for throw. It's just insane. It was a part of his toolkit. Good throw range, good damage. Unscaled at the wall, best blender off of it. Just an incredibly strong throw that I can't even believe a character would have. You mean to tell me I don't have to open somebody up with an attack? I could just use my throw to get the blender that I need off of the ender that I would normally use? Stop it. That's broken. S tier, S tier, S tier. Triple S tier. Up next is TJ Combo. Throw is pretty average, honestly. Good damage on it for sure. Throw range, kind of bad. Not really good throw range at all. It becomes scarier in the corner, but everybody's become scarier in the corner. But this is just a very average throw, very mediocre, in my opinion. There's nothing crazy about it. Just very whatever. You know, you can do power line into throw, I guess, at the wall, 27%. That's pretty good, I guess, right? You do like a starter like that. What's that, 28? Wow, that actually scales the crap out of it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. TJ's throw, nothing special. Not at all. TJ, I'm just going to put him in C tier, honestly. I don't see why his throw would be anything less than average. It's just the whatever. There's nothing crazy about it. Besides the damage, which is like the bare minimum for a throw. Like, just whatever. At least with Wolf, it's like a big part of his game plan. He gets crazy throws because he has a corpse stash. TJ doesn't have anything like that. I mean, an instinct, sure, but other than that, like, who cares? This is going to be a tricky one to put on the tier list. We have Maya. So Maya's throw at a glance, pretty decent. So it does 10% and it builds potential damage. Now, if you do a combo afterwards into Shadow, you can get instant level 3, and that's very good. That was almost 40% off of throw into a max damage starter, into Shadow, into Cash Out. On the surface, very good. However, when she loses daggers, she loses damage on her throw. She loses damage and she loses potential damage. That throw did 7%. If I throw both of my daggers away, and let's let that potential damage build back up, and I do a throw with no daggers, it built up a little bit of potential damage, but now it was only a 4% throw. So you gotta have the daggers to make the throw worthwhile. Otherwise, like, you just get the knockdown. Now, with that said, with the daggers, you can get, you know, this crazy safe jump. You know, this is very good. I think that's one of the best safe jumps in the game off of throw. That has to be. It's very, very strong. Now, in my opinion, It's going to be better against characters that don't have a DP, obviously, because DP characters just don't have to deal with most safe jumps. But still very valuable, very important part of her toolkit. Without the daggers, let's say these daggers are on the other side of the screen, like they're behind, like Fulgore's camping it, and you can't pick up the daggers in time, you can still cross up with jump medium kick. So you still get this whether or not you have the daggers in your hand or not. So the setup remains the same. It's just a little, it's not as good in my opinion. The look at the hitbox on this thing. This is insane. Hold on. There it is. Yeah, deep. You can't quite get that with the jump medium kick. That's nasty. So the throw itself, kind of whatever. You know, she's very strike throwy in her game plan, but it does change depending on how many daggers she's holding. All right, with that said, I'm going to put Maya in the top of B tier. I do like the potential damage buildup. I think that's very good, but not having the daggers all the time, which if you're a good Maya, you will, but there's always that chance that you won't. It's kind of whack. So I'm going to put it in the B tier just because there's the possibility that it won't be as good. I could see the argument for like the lower end of A, but we'll talk about her throw later because I think there's just another character that does it better. All right, this character right here, Conrad, this throw, look at that. So, doesn't do a lot of damage, but it builds up a ton of potential damage. And what you'll notice is that Fulgore is now glowing blue. This means he is cursed, and the startup on all of his actions is now way slower, like cut in half slower, like really slow. And everything that he has is basically now punishable. You can't really do anything when you're cursed. You gotta just respect Conra. The curse on the throw lasts longer than the curse from like a scorpion sting, so that curse is gonna go away much faster than a curse from a throw will. You'll see that the blue stays on Fulgore much longer, and he can be, you know, susceptible to getting command grabbed or hit with really far range attacks, you know, much more easily because he's slow. This throw is busted. Look at the potential damage this builds up. So now he's immediately at level 3. I did throw into opener and it was immediately at level 3. I didn't get the level 3 from Maya until I did the shadow. So you get the throw and then you can do like an optimal combo like this. And then even more unbreakable damage on top and put them into level 4. You know, and look at the white life now. That's crazy. You can get pretty good cash outs from stuff like that. The throw is busted. Yeah, I think Conrad's got one of the best throws in the game. Free. Conrad's throw, triple S tier. I'm actually going to put his throw behind Fulgore's for now. This throw is incredible. Becomes much stronger in the corner, just as everybody else's does. And the curse mechanic is insane. It's actually stupid good. Conrad's throw, triple S tier. All right, here we go. We have Riptor. So, Riptor's throw, very damaging. You'll notice her damage on her throw is a little bit more on her forward throw than it is on her back throw, I believe. I believe the back throw does a little bit less. Somebody quote me on that. Forward throw, it looks like it does like 1 tick more, right? It goes down 3 times, but I can't tell if it's the exact same amount of damage or not. But regardless, the forward throw leaves the opponent right in front of you, so you can pretty much pressure them right away, which this is a rushdown character, that's what you want. The back throw leaves them a little further, so it's not as good in my opinion, but you could still, you know, you're still in range to do stuff. You can still continue your pressure no matter what. But otherwise, it's just a pretty average throw. The throw range is very good. This is very good throw range to have. You know, you can... Oh my god, that was very far away. I whiffed one throw. Oh, I even took a step back. Yeah, that throw range is phenomenal. So for a rushdown character, for a character that wants to be doing that a lot, and the fact that she has a run, and she can cancel that into her throw, this is a very strong thing for a character like this to have. She can also set up a mortar off of it for free, I believe. I don't believe she gets Flame Carpet. I think Flame Carpet is susceptible to getting hit. I think I could have gotten DP'd out of it, or I think I could have gotten shadowed through. So the DP or the shadow would have stopped the Flame Carpet. But I'm pretty sure the mortar is guaranteed. I'm not entirely sure about that though. But the mortar, that's questionable now. It would be a lot better if both options were guaranteed. But now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't seem as good on the surface. Maybe if they don't have meter, doesn't seem like they get the mortar for free. I thought they did, but maybe Riptor players just get away with it every time because people are too scared to do anything because she's so close. and that's what a rushdown character is supposed to do. Very interesting. Riptor's Throw. Let's see where this lands on my list. All right, I think I'm going to put Riptor's... I'm going to put it at the top of B. I think Riptor's Throw is very similar to Sabrewulf's, but the fact that she might be able to get something like a mortar out and then having something to pressure with, like heavy shoulder charge, I think is very strong afterwards. So it's going to stay in the same tier, but I'm just going to put it a little bit above. So B tier for Riptor's Throw. The damage is very good. The throw range is good. But in comparison to stuff that's crazy like Fulgore or Conra, I just don't see why this would be, in that same conversation. She doesn't really get much off of it. All right, we got Omen. Omen's Throw, mid-screen. Pretty whack. I mean, you could set up fireballs from here, I guess. That's okay. You get pretty decent carry off of it, too. Back throw is the same thing. It just sends the opponent very far. It's weird. It's a weird throw. But the only way you can convert off this mid-screen is with Instinct. You can Instinct cancel it, and then you get medium, heavy, or Shadow Slide. You might even get Dash Up Light Slide. Maybe. I think I did it a little late. I'm playing without sound, by the way. Ooh, that looked kind of plus. I don't know. That might be something else, but regardless, you can only really convert off of it with Instinct. There are other ways to do it, but, not always going to be consistent. Where his throw shines is in the corner, specifically because he gets, to be super close to you, and he can combo any strength. That was light, medium, and he gets heavy as well. And he gets pretty good, reset potential with the throw, too. You can do stuff like this. Drop the combo into a throw, and keep your pressure going. So that's the idea. Otherwise, pretty standard. Nothing crazy here for his throw. It's just kind of whatever. The throw resets are such an important part of Omen's game plan in the corner. So I do think that it's going to be a little higher than B. I'm going to put this at the bottom of A. The damage is good, and he, gets the conversion in the corner. Kind of like Glacius, but not as scary because he doesn't have the threat of hail. But the throw itself is still... It's decent, it's not a bad throw. So I'm going to put it at the bottom of A tier. All right, here we have Aganos. Aganos' throw, pretty good. He's got pretty good distance on it. The back throw, not as far, right? That's pretty much the standard. But what's most important about his throw, the forward throw specifically, is that it allows him to set up a chunk, which is kind of like the most important thing about Aganos, right? Having chunks. And if you have one or two chunks, or excuse me, if you have none or one chunk, you get one for free. If you have two, this is now a little bit slower, you still get that one. Okay, so let me restart. What about if you have three? Can you still get the free chunk? Yeah, I think so. But you never really want to have 4 chunks. 4 chunks is kind of crazy, right? So you're usually hanging around like 1 or 2. 3 is like a little too much because it slows down his 5 frame rate to 6, and you don't want that. 2 is pretty much optimal. The throw itself does good damage. There's a way to wall splat somebody, though, and get them into throw. Oh, it's the drop kick. That's right. That or the heavy kick. There you go. So you could use throw off of staggers, which is very good, of course. Yeah. All right. So that's good in itself, right? But where it gets crazy is when he's holding the Peacemaker. The Peacemaker gives him the ability to get a different throw, and look at this throw range. Has to be one of the best throw ranges, if not the best throw range in the game. This throw is crazy. Absolutely bonkers. So, not only does that throw range crazy, but it puts people through walls. So you can just grab somebody and break your wall like that. That's insane. That's so nuts. And it's a command grab, actually. So, it's not just a regular throw. But you're still using the throw input. But yeah, his throw range is crazy. And it just gets better with the Peacemaker. He doesn't have to be an Instinct either. He just has to have a Peacemaker. And he gets it every time. And it builds up potential damage too, look at that. An insane distance too. I should also mention that it just sends them full screen. And then you're Aganos. You can do whatever you want. Busted. Aganos' throw, I'm going to put it at the top of S tier for now. I think that's super strong. The ability to get the resource just like Spinal, and then you're keeping them at bay. They're like in stomp range. Very good damage. And then once he has the Peacemaker in hand, stop it. It's a wrap. S tier. Hisako's a weird one because on the surface, this doesn't look very good. It does 8% by itself, which is not very good. But you can combo off of it with a light or a medium manual. So you can get a combo off of this technically. So it does start a combo, which is good. You know, you can do stuff like that into, you know, stagger. Not stagger, but you get the wrath. So you can do stuff like this and, you know, start a combo, right? So that's one way you could use it. You could also do stuff like this and reset into your other command grab. Now, the throw itself is like just kind of like a setup tool. You're not really getting much utility off of your damage here because you're not really going to be using it that way, but you can just like throw reset somebody. Like that's a very beginner strategy. Or you can go into influence as we did before, and you can get either the combo started or the hard knockdown. Or you can drop it on purpose and then go for like a low reset like that. You know, that's another option. So you get some pretty crazy stuff here. You can go into an overhead. You know, you basically just get a blender off of this. It just gives you some hit stun so you can make your opponent guess how they're supposed to respond defensively. That's kind of the entire throw. That's what it does. It doesn't knock down. It leaves them standing. So you want to use it as such. You want it to be a blender. Or you want to use it to create a blender, rather. Very good. So yeah, Hisako's throw, I'm going to put here in A tier, right between like Jago and Orchid, because much like Orchid, it sets up the win condition. It puts your opponent in a blender situation. You know, you get to impose your will with like, all right, am I going to command grab? Am I going to possession? Am I going to go low? Am I going to overhead? Am I just going to parry and bait a DP? You know, there's a lot of things you could do with it. So there's a lot of utility there. Not great damage, but it does, you know, it brings the character where she needs to be to win the match. You know, that's what she wants to do. So I think it's good for that reason right there. All right, Cinder. His throw. 3 hits, 10%. Pretty basic stuff here. Not much corner carry, but that's good because what it does is it sets up a free heavy pyro bomb, and that's guaranteed. So you get to tag your opponent with a bomb for free, you know, and then you get to start your pyro bomb pressure. That's like the most important thing about his throw is the ability to get the knockdown to get the bomb on him. This is all you do. That's the entire strat as a Cinder player. If you get this throw, that's huge. You know, that's your win condition right there. Get the bomb on them. The throw is also good because of when he's fired up. See, I'm fired up right now. You can do an ender off of it. And it's not an opener ender. This is not breakable. But you can burn out a limb. And you get, basically, I think it's the equivalent of a level 1 burnout ender. Yeah, it's the equivalent of a level 1 burnout ender. And you can burn out the arms or the legs. So I do throw, quarter circle back heavy punch. And it gave me the arm one. If you do the kick, you'll get the kick one. You get the leg one. So you can cancel into burnout too. So a lot of actual utility on this throw. More often than not, though, you'll see this. This is the classic. They'll throw the heavy pyro bomb, then they'll do the heavy fission. And if your opponent doesn't have meter or a way out of it, like a parry or a DP, they just have to hold that. And that's like plus a billion. So pretty good stuff. Cinder's throw, very good. Cinder's throw is a huge part of his game plan too. You're going to see a lot of Cinders just like wake up throw because their opponent is just so scared of the fire flash, the DP. And then they just get clipped by throw. And it's just the most annoying thing. I'm actually going to put Cinder's throw in S tier. At a first glance, it doesn't seem very good. But the fact that he gets to set up the pyro bomb for free, and in some cases he gets to set up the heavy fission as well, it's a very strong tool. And his throw is scary because of his DP. So, you know, at any point he could either DP or throw, and you kind of have to worry about one or the other. That's kind of what he does up close. Good stuff. All right, up next is ARIA. So her forward throw, pretty crazy distance on that. That was about as far as Orchid's, about the same. And that sets up Oki too. You can call the assist, and you get a meaty beam assist. Ooh, so you get Oki off this, kind of like Fulgore, but without the invisibility, right? So you get some pretty nasty stuff here. If I could ever do it, man, playing without sound, I tell you. Trying to call an assist there. You get the idea. Something like that, right? Pretty good stuff. You get this off the back throw too. The back throw also sends them pretty far. That's pretty good, right? Usually you see the back throw will send them not nearly as far. And, you know, that's sometimes a hindrance for some characters. So that could be a problem, but with ARIA, it's not. That's very good. The ability to just get Oki off of a throw from that far with that corner carry is just very good, you know? And then in the corner, she does stuff like this, and she just mixes you to death. That's like the Kron special, right? And also the throw builds up potential damage. By itself, it only does 6%, but look at the potential damage. It builds up very fast. You know, you can really start getting some crazy cash outs. So, and especially like in Instinct, when she does stuff like this, you know, you have all that potential damage built up from throw, and then all of a sudden, you just ate 60%, over 60%, because she had meter. You know, like that's absurd. So the throw leads to a lot. Aria's throw, very good, very similar to Cinder's, in my opinion. The Oki that she gets off of it is so scary. And she could throw loop too. You know, you can do the throw, call the beam assist, dash up, cancel the beam assist into the shotgun knee, and then you could actually grab them again before the beam. That's insane. So I think that's a really insane throw. The range is not great, but the ability to set up potential damage with it, you know, as far as I'm concerned, is just nasty. The ability to have such a strong strike throw game in the sword body and in the base form too. The movements between the movement speed of the base form and then also in the sword form having the overhead, nasty combination. So there's no way with her tool set, it's got to be S tier. Crazy throw. All right, Kimothy. Got a little bit of corner carry on the forward throw. Back throw is kind of whatever. I don't know why he jumps. That's so strange. He does like a little bounce there too. Looks like she gets a pretty decent kind of jump setup off of it, maybe. That seems pretty good, right? Something like that. Oh, yeah, that seems pretty good. Nice. That's kind of good, you know, where TJ's throw is kind of normal and it sets up like his like shoot toss pressure, which I think is like kind of average. She at least has the ability to cross up and, you know, go for some stuff like that. Or, wow, yeah, this seems pretty good. Nice. But still, all in all, pretty average throw. The throw range is also pretty bad. Okay, so I got him there, but let's see how close we can get this. Okay, yeah, it's like average. Maybe a little bit worse than Jago's. And then, you know, she's a rushdown character, much like Sabrewulf, so she gets up here, and then she does plus frames per throw. That's like what she does. That's her whole shtick, if you will. And her walk speed is very good, too, kind of like Orchid's. Now, she doesn't really get a resource off this. She doesn't really have anything to set up. So there's not much utility besides like a safe jump. But, you know, it is what it is. All right, so Kim's throw. I really want to put it here in C tier with TJ's because I'm just like, like, it's whatever. But I'm going to give it a B tier ranking because of her walk speed. It's just very comparable to Sabrewulf's. Like, there's really not much difference. He has better throw range. The damage is pretty comparable. You know, she gets the cross up afterwards. He gets the corpse dash. So, apples to oranges, I guess. B tier for Kim. All right, so now we got Tush, or Tusk, or whatever. German suplex. Coolest throw animation, for sure. Absolutely the coolest one. Good corner carry on that. Very close to the corner now. The back throw, he kind of just hits him with the sword. That's cool, too. Decent carry, whatever. He is able to jump cancel afterwards and go for the deflect. Now, I'm not sure how to set this up properly, but he could do stuff like that. And then, or how does Latalis do? He like does like a dash, and then he'll like somehow do like a really late skewer. I'm not sure exactly how, but I always just do it immediately. Now, you can do the skewer, right? I have combo breakers turned on apparently, but it builds up potential damage. So you can OTG with the skewer, right? And look at the potential damage that built up. That's insane. You get instant level 3 off of skewer. You know, I'm gonna let that go back down, and look at this. Throw, good damage, and then the skewer doesn't do much damage, but then you get this crazy white life built up. And then all of a sudden, if you spend a little bit of meter, where is your life bar, right? And that's if they don't break the skewer and you open them up again. Now, let's say you counter break this skewer, right? So you get this off of a throw, right? You do this, you play this mind game. Uh-oh, what just happened to your life bar, Fulgore? Spend them both off of a throw, 81%. No other character in the game gets that. Off of that combo started with throw, because throw into skewer is a combo. This is all one sequence. So, yeah, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. It's either hold the white life from the skewer and be at level 3 and try not to squirm around too much. Or you try to break it and you risk breaking it and you get counter broken for your pretty much your entire life bar is how that goes. So yeah, on the surface, Tusk's throw not too crazy, seems pretty average. The ability, the skewer is everything. That throw is nuts. His movement speed, the dash and all of that, his strike throw game is pretty impeccable. I'm going to put this in the bottom of S tier. I think Tusk's throw is crazy. The ability to get that. I know a lot of people are going to downplay, oh, well, you know, every time I do it, I counter break it and they don't break it and then I lose all the potential damage, blah, 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 blah. Or they'll break it and then I lose half the potential damage and now they're only at level 1. That's not the point. The point is what the throw is capable of, right? He can potentially get 80% off of a throw on paper. So right there, that is all the proof that I need to say, hey, this throw can lead into an 80% combo. Yeah, I'm with it. That seems like a pretty strong throw to me. All right, we have a weird one here. We have Arbiter. Arbiter's throw range, abysmal. Look how close I am to Fulgore. We are touching toes. Our toes are touching right now. And I cannot grab him. Finally, I threw him. The throw by itself, kind of whack, 8%, and it doesn't build up any potential damage. However, and this goes for his back throw too. Pretty much the same thing. Let's see, corner carry. Corner carry's alright. It's pretty good, right? Almost Orchids. However, he can cancel his throw into one of two things. He can do throw into his carbine shots, and you can do up to 3 shots. You need at least 2 to be a hard knockdown, and that did 16%. That's a lot. That's a lot. And it built White Life. So that's good. At least 2 shots for a guaranteed hard knockdown. 3, you know, is still very good damage, and you get the hard knockdown. Or, so you don't have any bullets, you can put the grenade on them. And now they have to, you know, respect the overshield or whatever's coming next, right? So he gets some crazy stuff off of his throw. The grenade on you is very strong, right? And then you can go for stuff like this. And that's, you know, that grenade was just a red herring and it led to the command grab. The command grab is the same as the throw. You can get the hard knockdown or you can go for the grenade, whatever you want, right? The throw, again, at face value, not very good, but what you can do with it, crazy possibilities. You know, you can close out games with stuff like this, right? Let's say they're at 20%, you get the throw, and now they're in danger, right? And then they're 1 throw away again from dying. That's insane. So his throw, very good. I like what he gets off a throw. Now, he gets everything that I just showcased off of throw. There too. He gets the, you know, the grenade and the carbine off of all of his enders. So he could do that off of his damage ender, he could do that off of this. You can do the grenade and the carbine off of anything. But getting it off of throw too is a nice way to, it's very similar to like how Fulgore gets his same mix-up potential off of throw, off of what he would normally get off of like a fireball ender. It's very comparable to that. So that to me makes it very strong. It's not as strong as Fulgore's blender, but this is what the character wants to do. So if he gets the throw or he gets the command grab, you know, the sweep, it would be sweep into, hold on now. Yeah, that. Same thing, you know, that's what Arbiter wants to do, essentially. So, pretty cool stuff. All right, so because of that, Arbiter's throw, pretty decent. We're going to put this somewhere in the A tier here. Hisako and Orchid, or even Orchid and Thunder, possibly. I think that's probably a good spot for it. Somewhere right in the middle. Yeah, it leads to what the character wants to do, grenades and bullets. Once he runs out of grenades, you know, then you have to switch over to the bullets. If he has no more bullets, you better pray you have a grenade. Otherwise, that throw is not as good. All right, well, this character's on the screen now, so I assume you're just going to stop watching the video. Anyways, Rash. So, the weakest thing about this character is his throw range. Look at the toes. Just like Arbiter. Same thing. Same exact throw range. Throw range is abysmal. However, the damage is crazy. He gets crazy damage off of throw. Insane. Also, it doesn't matter if he back throws you or not, because he's gonna put you in the corner no matter what. Look at this corner carry. From mid-screen, you are in the corner. You are a square away. That's crazy. Best corner carry on the throw in the entire game, and crazy damage. And it leads into that that terrible thing that I just did. So he always puts himself in front of the opponent, and you can always get that meaty light boot which is plus on block. So I did it a little too early there. You could like frame kill with like jump heavy kick or something if you want to get it really perfect. Do something like this. And that is super plus. That's like +3 or +4. So you can make a move that's normally -2 plus off of your throw. That's insane. And you get that mid-screen too. You don't have to be in the corner. You know, you can do that. Yeah. That's... Stop it. That's crazy. That's a crazy throw. Who did this? Yeah. You know, nobody's surprised, right? Alright, yeah, Rash's throw is busted. I don't think it's as good, per se, as these. I think these are a little crazier, personally. So I'm going to put Rash in triple S tier. He's definitely still at the top, but his throw range is lacking, whereas Fulgore and Glacius have crazy throw range. And it's not like he's got like some crazy weird mechanic like Curse or Skulls or Chunks. It's just a really crazy corner carry with crazy damage. So Rash's throw, not to be slept on, of course. He's just the best character in the game for a reason. But I don't think he has the best throw in the game. Let that be known. All right, my favorite character. Here we go. We got Mira. Now, I mentioned something earlier when I did Maya's about hers not being what it could be. And that's what Mira's throw is. So Mira's throw by itself, only 9%, so a little low. But the potential damage buildup is good. She gets bats for free off of her throw. She can set up whatever kind of bat she wants. The corner carry, pretty good. I'd say it's decent. Back throw is pretty much the same thing. And then, you know, you can set up pressure off of it. You get some pretty good pressure off of your throw with Mira. So I like this throw a lot. I think this is better than Maya's throw because she doesn't have to worry about not having daggers because she always gets this damage. It's consistent. And then you get access to some of the craziest pressure in the game for, you know, landing a throw, you know, and then in the corner it just becomes that much scarier. You know, you get stuff like this. Oh my god, yeah. So that's pretty good. I like her throw a lot. I'm a big advocate for Mira's throw. I like, especially in like situations where you knock somebody down, you use bats. I like spaced out bats like right here, and then you throw them into the bats, you know. Yeah, you get some pretty good stuff off of it. So I like her throw a lot. And then the mist makes it even more ambiguous. You know, you do stuff like this. Into throw, right? I like this one a lot too. Yeah, crazy. That's just all off a throw. Really, really good stuff. Mira's throw is pretty good. It helps set up the it helps the character set up what she wants to do to win, which is mix. This character is definitely a blender. I'm gonna put her throw somewhere in the S tier. Maybe like right before Spinal, honestly. I think her throw is just leagues better than Maya's because of that. Her mix-up potential is crazy. She builds up a ton of potential damage on everything anyway because she's the highest potential damage dealing character in the game. With the exception of maybe Cinder on block, right? With his pyro. Pretty good. I like Mira's throw. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so Gargos' throw. First and foremost, I just realized this walk speed is super clunky looking. Anyway, the throw sends him kind of far. Throw range is whatever. It seems okay to me, actually. Let's see. How far can I get this? Oh, come on. Alright, so not nearly as bad as Arbiter's. Seems a little bit better than his anyway. Good distance on it. Built up the white damage just like Mira. Meterless, you can go for stuff like this. This is what Wheels does. He'll do forward dash, frame kill, cross up with the crouched medium, the jump medium punch, instant air jump medium punch, and then you get that meaty crouching light kick. That's a cross up low. So this is a pretty standard setup that you see the best Gargos player do. Good stuff. If you have meter, then you can do stuff like this. You dash up, call the minion, and then go for a meaty. So that's pretty good too, I'd say. I like that. And the minion is his win condition, so seems pretty good to me. It becomes even scarier in the corner. Obviously, you get both minions. You get hyper armor going with the instinct, and now, what do? How do you deal with this? This throw is now impending doom. And look at your life bar, you know? Crazy. Scary stuff. Alright, so Gargos. His throw, pretty good. Sets up some good stuff, man. Getting the minions out, setting up that resource. I'm going to put his throw at the bottom of S. I like his throw. Leads to some good stuff. So, Gargos, good throw. All right, General Raam. Generally Ramen. So, Raam gets good distance off of his throw. He's at the most damage off of his throw in the entire game. Like, percentage-wise, his throw is the most damage. Then also with damage over time applied. Ugh, that's more of an accurate representation. Yeah, that was a lot. That was a grip of damage with the damage over time stack applied. So, pretty nasty. Best damage for sure. His throw range, pretty good. He's got good range. It's comparable to maybe like Glacius or Aganos. Very good. In the corner, you can OTG off of it. You know, you can get your stuff started. So it leads to what he wants to do. He's a grappler character, so his throw should be pretty good. You could either dash up throw or dash up dominance. Dash up throw is techable, so there's really, you know, there's the argument, is it really worth it to go for the throw instead of dominance? You know, you could just do this instead, and this does more damage than throw. But, here's the thing. Heavy dominance puts them there, and the throw puts them closer to the corner. So if you want to really get the positioning, that you would use the throw instead, right? So that's kind of the thing here. And the throw is perfect for that. As a grappler, a lot of people might be expecting the command grab, you know? So they're going to be ready for the throw too, but that's why you have all your crazy normals. Because he's got some crazy mid-range normals, right? So, I don't know. He seems pretty grabby to me. I like his throw. Pretty standard for what a grappler's throw should be. But the ability to like get the OTG too. Let's see what kind of damage we can get. Let's say so with Tusk, right? He gets his OTG. He doesn't get the same potential damage built up as Tusk, right? But you could still counter break this and get some pretty good damage, right? Let's see what 2 bars can get us. This is without Krill, by the way. No Krill, no Instinct. That's 72% with 2 bars. Let's see how much damage he gets in Instinct from his throw. Alright, let's try this. This is without optimizing. I didn't optimize at all, but this is with his Instinct going. Oof. 84. That wasn't optimal either. I could definitely have done a better combo, for sure. Alright, General Raam. Yeah, he's a grappler. He's got a big throw. And then he has the potential to get the same kind of thing that Tusk does. Definitely has to be an S tier with Tusk. I'm going to put him actually right next to him, somewhere near Gargos, honestly. Actually, I'll put him at the bottom. I think Gargos' throw is a little crazier because he gets the minion call. And the minion call is the way that Gargos wins. Generally, Ramen. Alright, we got Eyedol. So first things first, I want to look at the warrior throw. Warrior throw, he just beats the crap out of you for 9%. And his strike throw game is very good. Same thing, back throw, more the same, 9%, and then he'll just put you on the other side. Whatever. Very standard, right? Nothing special. His throw range, very good. Very good throw range. Let's take a look at this mage throw. This mage throw is absurd. It does the same 9%, but it builds up all that white life, too. So he can do stuff like this. He can throw you, right? And then in the corner, he could do meaty, heavy lightning cage. If I could ever get it. No, I keep missing it. He could do that. Brother. Yeah, this character's kind of crazy. So his throw in warrior is nothing fantastic, honestly. His throw is like super whatever. But he gets a really buff throw when he's in mage, and he gets this. And this is very good. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So that's kind of a good throw. If they block the heavy lightning, because normally that move is like, you know, super negative, right? But let's say they block it. You're +1. That is +1 in the corner. That's very good. Mid-screen, it sends them far away, and you can set up your low lightning. That was super meaty. I did that immediately after the throw ended, and it's still on the screen. Yeah, so you get all that white life. You get the ability to zone. His mage form throw is busted. Eyedol's throw is crazy. That back throw, or excuse me, not the back throw, the mage throw. Fun fact, his back throw on launch, when the character first came out, was untechable. He basically had a command grab if you use the back throw. Super weird. So yeah, Eyedol. Might be controversial. His warrior throw is good, right? It's a pretty standard throw. He's got a run, so that makes the throw better. But the mage throw, though, that's kind of spicy. I want to put his in S tier. I want to put his like above Mira's, honestly. Just because of mage. Like, mage throw is crazy. Crazy hitbox, damage, potential damage, sets up plus frames or zoning or both, like whatever you want. Yeah, that's a really good throw. Nasty. All right, here we go. We got Kilgore. Kilgore's throw is a weird one. So you can OTG off this, right? And that was 8% right there. The throw itself doesn't do great damage, but it helps him set up what he wants to do. So the throw is going to use your chain gun, right? You can use the missiles afterwards, right? You can use medium or heavy missiles. You can get some pressure started. I'll use the heavy ones this time. You can do stuff like this. I'm not sure where the missiles went. That's weird. Maybe it's because I'm fired up. But when he is fired up, which I'll do that again, you can actually combo off the throw because it'll juggle. He sends them up a little bit higher. You know, that's very good. Leads to stuff like this, which in Instinct, as you might know, is pretty good. That was without Instinct. Let's try it with Instinct. Let's see what a throw in Instinct looks like. Say they, you know, don't break that. You have both bars. That was 41% off of a throw. One chance break. I'm gonna break all. Yeah. Alright, so he's got a little bit of potential damage. I'm gonna wait for that to go away. Let's see what we can get with max resources if they counter break this. So he does this, right? And then 2 bars. Oof. That was 73%. And that probably wasn't even optimal. But that was, yeah. That's what the character can do off of a throw. What he can do off of a throw. It sets up a lot more than that, of course. You know, you get the zoning started, or you get unbreakable damage, whatever, you know, what have you. But his throw is very important. Being able to OTG off of it, being able to cash out off of it, you know, unbreakable damage is good too. You get the shadow missiles. You know, that was 13% for a bar. That's kind of similar to like what Shadow Jago gets with throw into Shadow Shendokuken. Pretty much the similar concept. So yeah, he gets quite a bit off of his throw. All right, Kilgore, your throw, pretty good, I'd say. I'm going to put it here in A tier with Shadow Jago. I like your throw, Kilgore. I think that makes sense. He gets quite a bit off of it, and it leads to quite a bit. So, good throw. Alrighty, Shin Hisako. So, her throw, similar to Possession from Hisako, right? It's a very similar animation. Back throw, same thing, and then she puts herself on the other side. So she actually doesn't move you anywhere. You might move forward like a little bit, maybe. Trying to see if it actually does move them forward. No, it looks like they stay in the exact same spot. And then if she goes, and then she just changes her positioning, so it has no carry at all. But what you'll notice is that it uses the orb mechanic, right? It pushes the orb over their head. So now the orb is always going to be on the screen, and you can do stuff like that, right? That's pretty good. You get the orb, and you can teleport to your opponent at any time with an overhead. That's strong, right? So the throw by itself, nothing fancy. Get some damage here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it does 10%. Average, unscaled at the wall too. I haven't been looking at a lot of these, but oh, here's the other thing you can do. Yeah, okay, so that proves it. So the stagger into throw, same thing. That was 17% stagger into throw. Yeah, that's good. 22. You know, if they have the orb on them, you get this full screen overhead, and you throw. That's pretty good damage, right? So you get the ability to set up the mix again, because the orb will always be replenished by the throw. So that seems pretty good to me. I think that makes sense for a character like this. Pretty cheap. Shin Hisako. I don't really know. I don't really know what that would equal to. There's really nothing like that. Well, it gives her resource, so you would think it would be up here, but I don't think it's that strong. I'm going to put this somewhere in the A tier. I think this is like probably right underneath Jago. I think the ability to have the orb on your opponent is good, and it sets up what the character wants to do, and it's not terribly overpowered. The throw range is a little lacking. The damage isn't great, but she overall has, pretty mediocre damage. So, it's not a bad throw though. It's definitely better than something like down here, because this just kind of leads to like whatever, and she gets actual mix, like mix. So seems pretty good to me. Shin Hisako is going to be in the A tier. All right, last character we have Eagle. Eagle's throw is interesting. So there you go. 9% builds up potential damage. Also, you can use the bird during the throw, so you can actually get combos off of your throw. I don't know how you would exactly combo off this. There is definitely ways, though. You can do stuff like that. Yeah, that works. That's a one-chance break. It builds up potential damage, which is good. In the corner, it becomes scary. You get to set up your mix, right? You do stuff like that. Pretty good stuff. But what's interesting about his throw is if the opponent techs when you do a throw tech, this is what I want to show you guys. So, let's say the opponent techs the throw, but you input the bird at the same time. You get meaty bird. You get Oki off of a throw tech. So if they tech that throw, then the bird gets them, right? That's nasty. But if they don't tech it, let's see what happens. You just get your setup again. You get to do the exact same thing you would normally do. You get the back throw into a setup. Seems pretty good to me. That's busted. Oh, he went to the other side. But you get the point. So, if you're going for the throw with Eagle, I would almost always get the bird out there too, because you get the bird out, you get to do what you want. This character is so silly, man. I can't. Eagle, whatever. All right, Eagle's throw. At a glance, nothing special. It just sets up his mix, right? But the throw tech OS, I don't know too many characters that get Oki off a throw. I guess Orchid and Instinct. She might be able to do the same thing where she calls the cat and then has the throw out. Rash with the bike might be able to do something similar too. That's so scary. That might even move Orchid up on my list, honestly. I forgot that she had that. I'm gonna move Orchid out of A into S, honestly. I think she's gonna be bottom of S. We're gonna review that. We're gonna review that right now. I'm also putting Eagle's throw bottom of S. Let's take a look at that. Let's see that real quick. What that looks like. Getting Oki off of a throw tech. I just remembered that now. Let me change the scene. Hold on. All right. So, sorry to backtrack like this, but I totally forgot that was a thing, and that totally changes her placement. And Rash gets it too, of course. But he's already in triple S. He's right where he needs to be. So, fire cat, right? And then you do, how would you do this? You do throw into instinct. That, or throw, yeah, it would look like that. Now, let's say they tech that throw. Oh, you could do it so late! You could do it so late. You could do it, like, right after. Yeah, so it's the same thing. It's the same thing, but way easier. That's busted. That's so cheap. Throw tech into cat. Yeah, that's... Stop it. I had to move her over. There's no way. I forgot about that. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Hold on. That's crazy. Yeah, she's an S tier. She's an S tier now. I forgot about that. That moves her up. That moves up Eagle. I'm actually going to put her above Eagle because of how easy hers is to do. That's nuts. That might even be better than some of these. I'm going to put her between ARIA and Tusk. I forgot about that. Sorry for the backtracking, but my god. I think that's my only last minute revision. I think TJ's throw is the only throw I'm just like, that's kind of underwhelming. B tier looks good. A tier looks good to me. S tier. Cinder might come down a little bit. Pyrobomb is good. And the ability to get the fission on some characters is good. But I think he might end up being like down here. And then Eagles might come up a little bit to like here. And then I think this is like the 4 best throws you could have. You know, you have the best blender in the game. You have the best mechanic that not everybody in the game has. You have the best corner game. And then you just have the best character in the game. So I think that just makes sense. And Aganos is a close close contender. I think if I have to have a top 5 in the triple S tier, he'd be the one that goes up. That's it for my last minute revisions, folks. Thank you guys for watching. This was my throw tier list. Catch you guys later.